Senators say that fellow colleague Senator Leila de Lima can only be arrested if cases filed in court are punishable by more than 6 years of imprisonment. Joyce Balancho will tell us why.
Senator Leila de Lima is bracing herself for the imminent possibility of being arrested in case the Department of Justice releases a resolution finding probable cause to her drug-related cases. The lady senator maintains what she earlier disclosed, that the DOJ is railroading the filing of cases to get the court to issue a warrant of arrest against her.
I've been preparing for a worst-case scenario kasi ano po ito? Katuparan lang po yan ng matagal nang inuutos ng Pangulo. Di ho ba ilang beses na po niya yan na sinasabi na he wants me locked up in jail to suffer the fate of the former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo.
Senate President Pro Tempore Franklin Drilon explains that under the law, de Lima can only be arrested if the cases are punishable by more than 6 years of imprisonment. But based on tradition, she cannot be arrested inside the Senate grounds immediately.
By tradition, we will not and we will oppose service of the warrant of arrest inside the session hall. Although there is the sanctity of the session hall must be respected.
Majority Floor Leader Senator Tito Soto, who also heads the Senate Ethics Committee, says Senator de Lima's drug cases will not affect the resolution of 4 other complaints filed before his committee. In fact, Soto hopes to resolve them before this month ends.
Kami naman, mga members ng Ethics Committee, we're reviewing it already. We will look into the propriety or whether there is impropriety in the conduct of being a senator. Then we'll decide soon enough.
Meanwhile, Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre slams de Lima for allegedly making irresponsible statements that DOJ is fast-tracking her case. Aguirre says the DOJ is not issuing any arrest warrant against the senator. He adds de Lima is trying to make it appear that DOJ is controlling or influencing the courts, which he says is not true. De Lima, on the other hand, is now preparing charges of subornation of perjury and tampering of witness to be filed against Aguirre before the Office of the Ombudsman. This is in relation to Aguirre's alleged orders to restore the disallowed privileges of bilibid inmates in exchange for their testimony against de Lima.
Ang Secretary of Justice po ay siya ang pinaka-Attorney General, siya yung pinaka-Chief Legal Officer ng Executive Department, and therefore he is expected to act and behave judiciously. Hindi po ganyan. Biro mo yung mga ganung statements niya. Yung mga criminal daw, yung mga drug addicts daw, mga drug users daw are not humanity or not part of humanity. Ano hong klaseng mentalidad ang ganyan ang ating Secretary of Justice? He is unfit for his position.
Joyce Balancho, UNTV News and Rescue, Senate of the Philippines.
Pasilidad.
Hindi po ako tatakas. Hindi po ako magtatago. Hindi po ako pupunta ng ospital. Hindi po ako magwi-wheelchair, magne-neck brace. Sana ilagay naman ako sa isang lugar na magiging safe and secure ako. Because marami na hong mga nangyayari, di ba? Pinapapatay din sa loob ng selda. So what is another EJK?
Sa kabila naman ng mga negatibong paratang kay Senadora de Lima, nanatili naman daw na buo ang suporta sa kanya ng mga kaibigan. Ngayong araw ng mga puso, binigyan siya ng mga ito ng purple flowers at kinabitan pa ng plastic na posas.
Ang plastic na ito ay kasing plastic ng mga akusasyon sa kanya.
Inungkat ni Kabayan Representative Harry Roque ang isang international treaty na pinasok ng Pilipinas.
Yan ang first at second optional protocol ng International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights kung saan sumang-ayon tayo na hindi na ibabalik ang death penalty. Bagay na pinalagan ni House Justice Committee Chairman Reynaldo Umali at sinabing ang saligang batas lang ang dapat sundin.
We have recognized the jurisdiction of the Human Rights Committee to ensure that states comply with their obligations under the ICCPR. That a state, as the Philippines has, that had already abolished the death penalty may not reimpose the death penalty.
we may endlessly debate on Protocol 1, Protocol 2, Protocol 3, Protocol 4, but all of my answers will amount to the same thing, that we are not obliged to honor these protocols and or treatises, because we are allowed by the Constitution, no less, to reimpose death penalty.
Where the language of the Constitution is merely in the words of Professor Shebas, an eminent commentator in international law, merely recommendatory, and the language of the treaty is absolutely mandatory.
Ang palpak at mabagal na justice system ng bansa naman ang tinira ni Congressman Ramon Rocamora ng Siquijor. Pangamba niya, baka maipataw ang death penalty sa mga inosente, lalo na sa mga mahihirap na walang pambayad sa abogado. Sagot naman ni Justice Committee Vice Chairman Ching Veloso, dito papasok ang Public Attorney's Office.
When the Constitution requires compelling reason to reimpose death penalty, it means it is compelling as there is no other recourse to address the issue. But we now see that re-engineering our judicial system is indeed an option.
The accused has 20 lawyers that will take a look at his case, that will see to it that he is acquitted if he is innocent, and of course, that will see to it, minus the POW lawyer, the 19 justices will see to it that he is convicted with death if he is guilty.
Sa ibang balita, itinanggi ni Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre II ang pahayag ni Senadora Leila de Lima na minabadali ang pagpapalabas ng warrant of arrest laban sa kanya. Ito ay kaugnay ng pagkakasangkot umano ng senadora sa iligal na droga sa New Bilibid Prison sa Muntinlupa City. Ayon pa kay Aguirre, walang basihan ng akusasyon ni de Lima dahil hindi naglalabas ng warrant of arrest ang DOJ. Nilinaw din ni Aguirre na walang kakayahan ang DOJ na kontrolin o impluwensyahan ang korte sa anumang kaso ng isang individual. Sa iba pang mga balita, plano ng Department of Justice na maglagay ng closed-circuit television o CCTV sa detention center ng Armed Forces of the Philippines kung saan pansamantalang nakakulong ang mga high-profile inmates. Ang hakbang na ito ay ginawa ni Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre dahil sa report na gumagamit ng cellphone at iba pang gadgets ang ilang bilanggo. Paliwanag ng kalihim na nakadetine sa AFP Detention Center ang ilang bilanggo dahil nagsisiksikan na ang mga ito sa New Bilibid Prison sa Muntinlupa City. Samantala, ipinag-utos na ni Aguirre kay Bucor Director General Ben De Los Santos ang pag-iimbestiga sa pag-leak ng confidential memorandum ni Attorney Alvin Lim, ang Legal Department Head ng Bucor.
Immediate arrest over cases linking her to the Bilibid drug trade. Joyce Balancho will tell us why.
Senator Leila de Lima is convinced that the Department of Justice is planning her immediate arrest over cases linking her to the Bilibid drug trade.
Here comes my information, very reliable information from within, na malapit na daw talagang ilabas nila yung resolution na yan, finding probable cause against me. And worse is that ang plano na daw ngayon ng DOJ, lalo na itong SOJ, is ididiretso nila sa regular courts. Why regular court? Para makakuha kaagad ng warrant of arrest.
The latest senator is dismayed that the Court of Appeals has not yet acted on her urgent motion requesting for a temporary restraining order to the investigation of DOJ. She insists that only the Office of the Ombudsman has jurisdiction to conduct a preliminary investigation over her cases. However, if she fails to get a TRO from the Court of Appeals and the DOJ succeeds in securing a warrant of arrest from whichever court, she says she will have no choice but to submit herself to the process of law.
Then, that's it. I will have to be arrested. Ano pa bang magagawa ko? And I will not leave the country. I will not hide. I cannot hide, and I will not hide. And I will not flee because I'm innocent. Paninindigan ko yung innocence ko.
Meanwhile, Senator De Lima is preparing to file criminal and administrative complaints against Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre at the Office of the Ombudsman. This after she allegedly received information that Aguirre restored the privileges of certain inmates like Herbert Colanco to use communication gadgets while in detention. She believes this is part of Aguirre's promise in exchange for their testimony against her during the hearing in the House of Representatives.
I have proof. If SOJ Aguirre denies this, I have no choice but to share my proof, the proof that I have, with some members of the Commission on Appointments and also with Senator Sonny Trillanes, because alam nyo naman oppositor siya. Para ma-raise niya rin niya, ma-raise din niya when he confronts as the nominee SOJ Aguirre sa next confirmation hearing.
On the other hand, Secretary Aguirre denies restoring any privileges to the inmates. Joyce Balancio, UNTV News and Rescue, Senate of the Philippines.